second semester of my year abroad in Madrid at the Bulldog languages, and I was doing the TEFL Trainer certification course. So just to tell you a little bit about my experience, I'm going to answer a few questions. How long did it take for you to settle in? So actually it didn't take me a long time at all. On the first day you have a trainer day, a taster day of what and how you have to teach and the tasks you have to perform, etc. And because it was very new to me, you know, I've never really done teaching before, it was a bit of a shock. I was a bit scared because I didn't really know what to expect. But actually, you know, about 4 or 5 days later, I was pretty much very comfortable in what I was doing. So yeah, don't be scared at all. You know, it's not a lot of pressure. You know, you don't have so much. It's quite a relaxing atmosphere where you can just be free to use your own teaching techniques. As long as you're teaching the content, the right content, etc., you know, you will learn on the job. I feel like there is only so much training they can give you, because you learn, you know, the best techniques on the job, you know, through experience. So don't worry about it too much if you feel like it's overwhelming and you can't do it. And you know, the fact that you're teaching people from, I don't know, like 3 years old up to like 60, you know, it's very overwhelming, but actually they're just there to learn, and they're not going to be judging your teaching techniques and methods. They just want to learn, and as long as you're able to find a method that suits each student, you know, and that's just going to come from experience. Every student is different, and I feel like as the more you teach, the more you will like notice the different kind of students and the different types of ways that they learn. You know, a child might learn better through interaction, whereas an adult might learn better through reading. You know, everything is different. Everyone is different, so you just have to find the methods that best suit each student, and that just comes from, you know, creating a focus but also a comfortable learning question that I think links to that is if there's any advantages of completing the online course prior to you know, teaching. And I think that is one of the biggest things I took out of this is I wish I had done the online course at the beginning, you know, prior or just during the beginning stages of me teaching, because I remember I left it all till last minute, and you know, not only it was a whole mess because I was juggling so many things at once while still having to do my online course in like, you know, 5 days. So not only was it difficult juggling everything, but also if I had done it at the beginning, it would have been so helpful for my teaching. You know about them, you just don't know how to do them, you know, like small little grammar rules. That's a challenge that I faced and a lot of my peers faced as well. So I would definitely recommend that you start your online course at the beginning of your teaching, because it teaches you how to teach, basically. And although I did learn all of it, so you know, when I was going through it, I was like, oh my god, I know all of this now that I've taught for 3 months. But I could have just known at the beginning and skipped the whole like finding out experience, and you know, I could have just known and transcended that information to my student. But you know, it's okay, you will still learn on the job, but I feel like it will make your life a million times easier if you do the course beforehand, you know, or at least during the beginning stages, because it honestly really does help. And I didn't think it would, but if I could do something differently with my experience, it would be to do my course at the beginning. What I enjoyed about my experience was just working with the students. You know, there were many characters. You formed quite a lot of bonds with the students. You know, you had really funny ones, and some of them, you know, you talk about your personal experiences with them. You know, they will tell you about their personal experiences. Like it's really it's a really rewarding job, because a lot of times they would give feedback on your teaching, and it really motivates you to do better and want to do better. I think that's what I liked the most. What I enjoyed the most was the feeling of knowing that you've helped someone. A lot of times I would teach a student, you know, for 40 minutes, because that was the time that we had to teach them, and then they would leave, and then they would go to reception and tell them how much they liked my teaching, and that they would like to be taught by me again, etc. And that honestly made me so happy internally. Honestly, I was so internally happy to know that I had helped a student and that they actually liked my method of teaching, when this was all so very new to me, and they had no clue. They had no clue that I was a teacher learning on the job. They thought I was, you know, a professional. And it's really nice to know that not only like they've learned something, but they also like you as a teacher. So yeah, it was very good. I remember teaching kids. It's very different, the experiences that you get with a kid and with an adult, but they're both like really fun. With kids, you know, they're just more active and funny, and I remember there was this one student that really liked my teaching, so the next time that she came to my class, she gave me, we had classes a few times, and then one time she came to my class, she gave me a little heart that she made DIY. She painted it and stuff, and she gave it to me as a present for being her favorite teacher, and that honestly made my day. And I'm sure it's just very nice to hear that you're doing a good job. It honestly just gives you more motivation to do better. And yeah, I really actually miss my students. I miss a lot of my students, because we had really good bonds and our lessons are very enjoyable. So yeah, and you just learn so much about the Spanish culture. Because I was working so much, I didn't get so much time to go out, I would say, a lot. But because I was speaking to Spanish people every day, I would still learn so much about the Spanish culture, because, you know, they would tell me everything, you know. So it was really fun. I loved my experience. It built me up as a person as well. I would say I'm much more confident now, and I'm just more comfortable with speaking to strangers.